Want to see if we can reinvigorate this damaged England badge? Then watch this video. Hello there. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through how we can breathe new life into this iconic England 1993 shirt that's got a pretty damaged badge. You can see, if I put it right in, it's pretty worn. Here's what it should look like. And by the end of the video, hopefully, it will look something like that. Now, for the England 1990 shirts, the home, away and third, there are a couple of different badges. Like I say, there was this one, or I'll show you on this one. There was this one. I know it's a 93 shirt, but there was this one, which is kind of like a padded flock. So it's got a felt feel, but it's also got a bit of padding behind it. There was this one, which I don't know if you can make out, but it's just a flat flock. You sometimes see this with South American versions, but also, I mean, this is a standard kind of version. It's a printed flock badge, and sometimes you see that these wear a little bit. I've also seen one of these where it was a multi-layered flock, so a layer of white over the blue, and actually I'll show you one that I've recreated as an option for repairing these damaged badges. So while I'm talking about options for repair, like I say, I'll show you how to use a pen, some special fabric permanent markers to colour it in. Another alternative is to go with a newly embroidered badge, and this was done by the wizard of embroidery, Rich Wilkinson. I'll put a link to his Twitter in the video because he's fantastic at these new embroidered badges. And then this is one that I've just created, which is a dual layer flock. So we've got a layer of dark blue at the bottom, then we've got white with printed roses on, with the outline of the lions cut out to show the blue through. So that's to replicate the dual layer flock that I was just talking about. But in today's video, we're going to be colouring in an existing padded flock one. So I'll take you over to the table and we can do some close-ups. Thank you. Right, so we're now got the shirt laid out nicely on the flat surface. So there's 3 different types of pen that I've had to play with. The first ones are these Edding permanent markers, and these are multi-material ones, so they are fine to use on fabric. Good thing about these is they don't typically need fixing. You can just leave them to dry and then they become permanent. The challenge with these for this shirt is the colour of blue. This set only comes with a royal blue rather than a navy blue. So I'm not going to be using these ones for this particular shirt. They're a good pen, those. The next type are these Posca paint pens. So these aren't markers, these are paint pens. So it's paint that comes out. Now these are good to give a little bit of a thicker result. Rather than it being ink, it's actual paint. And they're good. I've used these in the past to colour in flock sponsors. Where this is flock's worn off and it's become rubberised, I'm not sure whether these would be a good pen to use, but they have got a nice range of colours and they do give some really good results as well. The ones I'm going to use today are these Arteza ones. Now they're not cheap. These are, I think they're about £30 or so, but you can see there's a whole sort of range of colours and they're fantastic for what I'm going to use today, which is to put it on this kind of rubberized surface. Now they probably need a bit of layering, get the colour dark enough, because the blue isn't necessarily a true navy blue, but let's see how we get on. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some tape, just to tape around the edge of the badge, because I'm going to go around the edge of the badge. You might see it's kind of worn out a little bit there, so I'm going to go around the edge of the badge just to stop it from going on the shirt. Okay, so all taped up. Now you're going to use, now good thing about these Arteza pens is they have two nibs. So you've got the thinner nib there and you've got the thicker nib. I'm just going to use the thinner nib to go round the outside, colouring the white bits. Right, it's given a first coat to the outside. It's definitely going to need to be gone over to darken it. But now I'm going to start colouring in one of the lions. So first coat is done. I'm going to let that dry while I do the other lions, and then we'll be able to do the next coat. So first layer or first coat is done. You can see, maybe you can see, I mean, it needs another coat, but it's certainly starting to look a lot better. So give it a couple of minutes to dry. Then I'll do the next coat. And I mean, watching me colouring lions isn't exactly again, it's not a spectator sport. So I'm going to cut off and then come back to you when I've done the second coat. Cheers. And here is the finished article. If I zoom right in, you can see that where the lines were white and worn away after giving it 3 or 4 layers or coats of the fabric marker, it's given a nice rich colour, taking it back to what it should look like. Now, when you use these Arteza pens, you need to leave it for, it says 6 hours, I would leave it for 24 hours. So I'm going to leave that now. And then once the 24 hours has gone, you can cure it with a hot iron. Trouble with doing that is this is pretty much a rubber badge, so it might melt. So we've got to be careful with doing that. Or the alternative is you could get a clear, water-based spray varnish to go over it. So tape around the edge and then spray the badge, and then that will cure it or set it. But for the moment, I'm really quite happy with that. It looks almost like an original. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please remember to click like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We'd love to hear any comments that you've got. Leave them in the comments section below. The items that we've talked about, the Edding pens, the Posca paint pens and the Arteza pens, there'll be links to those in the description. And thanks for watching.